timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur, or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders. I am Dr. Tanya T. Wise. Welcome to the Black Business Network. I am the business moderator for this afternoon's Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business showcase showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. We have your next keynote speaker named Emmanuel Yancey. He is the founder of Yancey's Foundation. And what I love the most about this gentleman that we're pulling up is that he is helping seniors out. Mr. Yancey is an armed force veteran, a licensed insurance agent, an entrepreneur, a business owner, and a nonprofit owner. He's the founder, the mobile notice of senior citizens. Emmanuel's Hope Foundation, that's the name of the foundation, y'all. Hope Foundation. He's giving hope to the seniors, which provides complimentary lawn care service for seniors. Emmanuel is a leader by exempling, demonstrating, and dedicating and deliberating for our seniors. And his motto, this is what got me. His mottos is that seniors can live stress-free. So help me welcome to the stage, Emmanuel Yancey.
Well, it is very exciting to be here today, a part of the Black Business Network, part of the Black Business Olympic Expo. I'm very excited about the work that Dr. Kelly is doing with our young people and our young generation, because it's important that we shine a light on them and empower them for their future. I am Emmanuel Yancey and the founder.
I'm going to get off the stage. I'm going to give you the platform. I just wanted to introduce people to you. Wonderful. And so Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side. Take it away, Emmanuel.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wise. It is a pleasure to be here today. I am the founder and executive director of Emmanuel's Hope Foundation. Emmanuel's Hope Foundation provides complimentary and affordable lawn care service for senior citizens that are physically unable to do their own landscape, and some are financially constrained and can't afford to pay someone to do it for them. Emmanuel's Hope Foundation takes great pride in honoring our seniors. They have a very difficult, sometimes journey that they're traveling, and it is our mission to restore their pride in home ownership. Our seniors are a growing community, and they are so underserved, and someone has to care about them. Someone has to shine a light on their needs in our community, because they have paved the way for us to be where we are today. And so it is a great honor to be able to restore their pride in home ownership. So Emmanuel's Hope Foundation has been in existence now for 4 years. We're in our 5th year now. And to say the least, it has been a long, arduous journey, but we have been pressing forward through every obstacle and every trial and every struggle, because we have a mission, and we will see that mission through till the end, and will let nothing stand in our way from I believe establishing a long-term vision of complementary service for our seniors lawn care all the way across America. I believe that is the bare minimum that we should be doing for our seniors. And I believe that's a mission that can be accomplished. And I know what we're speaking about being a change maker, but there are some qualities that are paramount for our young people to understand when trying to make change. First, it's not going to be easy. Change is never easy because people have become used to things to being a certain way. And change often it introduces the unknown. And the unknown sometimes gives people fear and anxiety. But I encourage you to embrace fear, embrace anxiety, and also embrace your past, because this is the only way that we're going to be able to effectuate change in the future. Now, one of the qualities of being a change agent is having patience, because anything worth having, anything being changed is going to come with a lot of obstacles, and it's going to come with opposition. And if we are very patient and diligent in our course, it will empower us to be able to fulfill our mission, our vision, and our purpose. We have to have also another quality, which is determination. And that determination comes from within. When you believe in something, you're passionate about it, you have to be determined to achieve that and let nothing stand in your way from accomplishing what your vision is. And one important quality is consistency. That is how you're able to achieve what you're seeking, is through consistency. I like to think of one example of, let's look at water. Water people may see as harmless. Water is very soft. But however, one thing that water is very strong and powerful. And I say that because water will destroy anything. Some things it destroys is immediate, and it's because the force of it. Other things water destroys over time just by being present and being diligent and consistent. If you put something in water, water is going to eat at it and eat at it over years until it accomplishes what it seeks out to accomplish. And so if we use that example in our life and be patient, be determined, and I say be consistent, whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals are, your passions, you will be able to achieve them. And about our past, a lot of times we allow our past to dictate our future. And I want to say to you today, embrace your past. I don't care how complex your past has been, how difficult it has been, or how challenging your past has been. I encourage you to embrace it, because your past only created today. And you need to use today to create a future for you as bright as the stars, if that's what you want. So we can't be complacent and captivated by the things that have happened in our past and allow those things to stagnate us in our present and preclude our future. So I encourage you to embrace your past. Let your past be understood as what got you to where you are today, and use today. Be diligent about today to make your future anything that you want it to be. And many people ask me, well, Emmanuel, why do you care about seniors? Why have you thought of lawn care on behalf of seniors? It's because someone has to care. If you ask anyone how many grandparents they have, think about it. How many grandparents do you have? You would be lucky to say one or two. But I was blessed the mass majority of my life to have six grandparents, six maternal grandparents. When I was born, I actually had eight. My mother's parents, my father's parents, and on my father's side, two great grandmothers, a great grandfather, and then a great great grandmother. They lived to be in their 90s and 100 years old. But until my late 30s, early 40s, I had six grandparents my entire life. And one grandmother in particular, my grandmother Sally, when I was little, I used to work in her gardens. She taught me a lot of wisdom, a lot of love and understanding as she compared wisdom and life to nature and to plants and to flowers. She instilled patience in me through talking to me about the plants and how patiently they grow and they develop and how they are nurtured. And when I got older and I would come to visit my grandmother, I would sit on the porch with her and she would be sad. And I'd be like, Grandma, what's the matter? What's going on? And she would point out the weeds that had overtaken her flower beds. She would point out the borders around her flower beds that had you can't see them anymore. And it was heartbreaking. She couldn't sit on her front porch and just enjoy the peace that she once enjoyed. And so I would cut her grass for her. I would pull the weeds from her flower beds. And that wasn't the only grandparent that I cut grass for, because I had six of them most of my life. And I was truly blessed. You know, one thing that we fail to realize is that things that are rare in life, like diamonds, like gold, we value them because they are rare. But earlier when I asked you how many grandparents you had, and you may say none, a lot of people would say none. I don't have any right now. You may say one or two. So that tells me that our grandparents, they're rare, they're valuable, and they're priceless treasures. And so I have a mission to shine a light on the needs of our senior citizens in the community. They are a growing community, and I feel and believe that they're underserved, and there is so much more that we can do for them. But I would say that God has honored them with long life, and it behooves us to honor them as well. And so when I would cut the grass for my grandmother, I would see the joy and happiness that it put on her face, the smile and the joy to her heart. And now that all my grandparents are gone now, everyone's grandparent is my grandparent. And I've been on this mission now for into my fifth year. And we've been providing complimentary lawn care for our seniors. And despite being the namesake and founder of Emmanuel's Hope, a lot of my seniors know me personally because I'm honored to be there for them. I take great pride in ensuring that they're able to remain prideful about their home ownership. And I know this may seem like a story you don't hear often, but a place for our seniors that used to be a place of pride and joy. Think about your home that you live in. You know, once you finally bought your first home and you begin to do your landscape and paint it, and it's a place that you call home. And our seniors, they have been in there some 50 and 60 years. And because of that, they want to stay there. And a lot of our seniors are not able to remain in their homes because of failure to be able to maintain the landscape or the house falling apart. So Emmanuel's Hope Foundation is assuredly on a mission, but that mission is starting out with complimentary lawn care, but it goes so much farther and beyond that. We would like to ensure that hazards are removed from their backyards, sheds are cleaned out, that breed rodents and things like that. The things that our seniors can no longer do, we want to be there for them to do it on their behalf. And we as younger people, if you think about it, maintaining a home is a big responsibility. And when grandma's home by herself trying to figure out how to get the walls repainted or the windows redone or the roof that's leaking, you know, they don't know who to call on. And so Emmanuel's Hope Foundation has a longer term vision to establish a platform of companies that are tested, tried, and approved, and ensure that when our seniors are in need of some service, they'll have roofers, carpenters, painters, electricians, and people that are quality and that are on a platform that when the services are needed, our seniors can be confident and sure they can call on a company. They'll come out, they'll get the work done, the work will be done right. And our seniors will get a discount just because they are seniors and they have paved the way for us to be where we are today. And it's heartbreaking, if you think about it, to see our seniors left by themselves. And some of them, when I come to their homes, just to sit and have a conversation with them, I'm after doing their lawn, is something that is cherished. And you're able to hear their stories, the wisdom that they impart. And I want to shine that light on their needs and kind of bridge the gap between our younger generation and our seniors. Show our young generation that our seniors are important. Show our young generation by example, because our children, they don't do what we say. Our children do what we do. So I encourage our young people, I encourage the young adults, and I encourage our older people to be an example of the change that we want the world to be, or an example of what we expect the world to be. We first have to be that example. And I believe in being a do-it-first leader. That's why I'm out there on the front lines in this battle to empower our seniors and restore their pride in home ownership. And I will not stop. It's not easy by the least, but I believe that this year right here, this 5th year, is going to be pivotal in the direction that Emmanuel's Hope Foundation, that we go on behalf of our senior citizens. So I would like for you to go to our website at www.emmanuelshope.org. That's EMANUELSHOPE.org. Hear the testimonies of our seniors, because it's not about me. I want to showcase the impact that we're having on the lives of our seniors in the community. I want their voices to be heard. I want their voices to be heard so people can understand what they're going through, what they're experiencing, and then how we can impact that in a positive way, which actually uplifts our entire community. So that is just my heart's desire. So I ask you to go to our website. It's www.emmanuelshope.org, and that's EMANUELSHOPE.org. Or you can call us at 757-488-1645. Again, that number is 757-488-1645.
Awesome job, Emmanuel. I love hearing all about the Hope Foundation and the things you guys are doing for the seniors. We had a few questions come in while you were live, so I just want to take this time to get some of those questions answered, okay? So
Yes.
One of the questions we had come in, Emmanuel, for you is that since you have such a great business model, are you interested in franchising this out?
That's a great question. What I have thought is partnering with established lawn care companies. I believe that there could be a platform whereby seniors can go on and register and apply for service. Lawn care companies all across America can be committed volunteers of Emmanuel's Hope Foundation to sponsor 3, 4, maybe 5 to 10 seniors in their service area, and we partner them with the senior that's in need of service. And therefore, our lawn care companies, enabling them to receive a tax break for volunteering services for our seniors, and empowering our seniors to be in their homes securely. And also that will provide a marketing tool for our lawn care companies as well, because who better to do your lawn for you than a company who is providing complimentary lawn care service for seniors? Who would you want to do your landscape? So when you pay them, you will know that you are contributing to seniors getting their lawn care done complimentary. And that's an idea.
Awesome. Awesome. Do you have any other growth ideas for your business expansion?
Yes, I'm in the process right now of connecting with Black Brand Business Network and the area here, who are a network, a nonprofit network that is helping establish and to assist businesses like myself to expand and to ensure that we have the proper infrastructure in place to expand to the next level. And also being a part of Black Business Olympic and Expo. This is a great platform to be a part of, and I'm very excited today to be here. This was a last minute invite. Then it was a lot of challenges this morning, but I'm one that believes in praying, praising, and pressing through any obstacle. So I'm pressing forward.
I
Absolutely.
like that. Praying, pressing, and what was the other one? Pushing?
Praying, praising,
Praising. Okay.
and pressing. The three P's. You pray for it first, you praise God for it, and then you press on through, because our faith in action, our action is our faith.
I
Got to do
love that.
something.
I love that. So you touched a little bit on your mission statement. Can you go back and talk a little more about your mission statement? What brought about your mission statement?
Well, I personally began to do what I was passionate about, and that's just to cut the grass and make my grandmother happy. And all my grandparents, they're gone now, and I had the opportunity to cut someone's grass for her, and shortly thereafter, her husband passed away, and that really touched me because I knew him and I knew her, and both of them were seniors and very dear to me. And they would share the work that I was doing for them with their friends, and the calls began to come in. And I'm like, well, okay, this is beginning to be a great responsibility, Emmanuel. Can you maintain that? And then I thought about establishing an organization, because that would bring people in that can help me to accomplish this mission. Because one person can only do but so much. But if he can inspire an army of people to help a multitude of seniors that are in need of our service, I believe that so much more can be done when you get that army behind you instead of you trying to do it all yourself. And so that inspired me to start the organization. And the mission is to provide complimentary service at no cost to them. And whatever they're able to contribute from their heart, we accept and receive that. If it's $5, so be it. But if you look on the website, you'll see the before and after work that we provide for them is service that is exceptional. And we provide excellent service. And hopefully some of their yards are looking better than some of their neighbors' yards. And we're restoring their pride, making them smile and making them happy. And that is the greatest reward: the happiness, the smile, the joy that it brings to their heart. And I want a lot of our young people to have the opportunity to experience that. So that's why the mission is to provide the complimentary service for them, but also to restore their pride and home ownership.
Awesome. So, how could the community help you with this, Emmanuel? What would you ask of our listeners?
I would ask that first, it's been a long, arduous journey. It's been a financial challenge. We have made it this far without, in essence, fundraising. I've depleted my savings in the beginning. Um, I started out with a borrowed van, a borrowed lawnmower, and a borrowed weed eater. And we have grown from there, from no longer providing service with a push mower and a van, but I have a 14-foot trailer filled with lawn equipment. I have a truck, and actually another truck we got last year, which we're putting another team to work on behalf of our seniors. But I need the support of the community to support us financially. We're in our fifth year, and if we've come this far without funding or support financially, a lot of it, I would say that we're going to go great places. We're going to go great places. So we need the support. Go to our website and become a donor or a sponsor. We do have some sponsors. that have been contributing this year, and it's helping us to make great strides in the community. So I would also need help in putting together a large volunteer group and platform whereby we can have more volunteers out there assisting on a weekend basis, where we're choosing a yard and we're putting a new face on the landscape. And if we have a group of volunteers to help along the way, that is definitely something that Emmanuel's Hope Foundation would welcome, because it allows us to service more seniors in our area. And we want to expand beyond our area here in the state of Virginia, but neighboring states as well.
Awesome, awesome. So as I stated before, the Black Business Expo Network is very pleased in the work that you're doing with helping the seniors. And so one question that we have is, how can entrepreneurs, like, what's an inspiring thing that you can give to entrepreneurs? Because it does sound like you gave a lot of service without pay in the beginning, and people are inspired to be entrepreneurs, but sometimes they don't realize that service comes first and then the pay comes. So what's something you can tell the entrepreneurs that's looking for the pay up front versus the service up front?
Entrepreneurs, and this is from my heart, every day that you live, you are sowing. And people fail to realize, and they take for granted, that there will be a harvest. Everyone's going to have a harvest. So what are you sowing today? And in order to reap a harvest, you have to sow. And sowing is never easy. It's the toil, it's a struggle. But anything that's worth having, you have to go through something in order to appreciate it once you achieve it. And I'll give you a couple of small examples. You know, when I got the first truck that I purchased for Emmanuel's Hope Foundation, I got out of the van and some resources came in through a loan, and I went out and bought a truck. And I knew I had it going on then. I'm like, we're going to make it happen. This was in 2020, right around COVID. And the first week, that truck ran hot. I took it to the shop, and it cost me $1,000. It was a diesel F-250, big truck. And a week after that, it ended up in the shop again. Needless to say, long story short, I put a lot of money in that truck, almost more than what I paid for it, and the truck still didn't make it. I had to end up selling that truck just to recoup resources instead of losing all the resources. So the next truck I bought, which was, as soon as I sold that one, I bought another one, paid cash for it. And then the same week, the engine blew up in that truck. Dr. Wise, imagine that. The engine blew up. So I invested in getting another engine put in, and all this is video. Every time I turn around, I was making a video on the side of the road, broke down, Emmanuel's Hope Foundation truck and trailer. But in any event, put a new engine in it. This is crazy. I haven't understood it to this day. But the same day I picked that truck up, that truck was on the side of the road again. An hour after I picked it up with a new engine in it. And it was determined that that engine had locked up too. I had just picked it up that day. So the mechanic who put that engine in, he put another engine in it. And I sold that truck. And I said, you know what? We're going to get some payments on the truck now. We're going to go out here and expand on his business credit and do something that I should have done initially and save those resources. But I'm testifying about that to say that I did not stop. I did not give up, young people. That anything that you have a vision, a mission, and a purpose on, you're going to come up with bumps in the road. It's going to be an arduous journey. It's going to be a struggle. But if you stay consistent, like water is, if you stay relentless and you be determined, everything that you envision, every desire that you have, every passion that you have, it will come to fruition. You just have to keep pressing. So expect the struggle, expect the first 2 years, 3 years to be challenging. But if you press through, the reward and the prize will be at the end. And that's your harvest. So sow into that bright harvest and that bright future.
Wow. I mean, I know that's just one adversity that you went through being in business, you know, with the truck, and your truck was what made you money, because without the truck you can't get the lawnmowers to the sites. So yes. Is there any other that just is the top of your mind of a different type of adversity that you've gone through? I know you mentioned finance and different things, but what else have you gone through that you had to persevere to keep your business thriving?
I'm pressing today. Emmanuel's Hope Foundation right now has received the Everyday Hero Award from Channel 3 News, and they have nominated us, WTKR News 3 this month, the Everyday Hero Humanitarian Award. Their voting is going on right now for that, and we're excited that we are in the lead. We hope we can maintain that lead. But 8 weeks ago, I fell from a second-story balcony. The railing didn't hold me, and I fell. Fortunately and unfortunately, I landed on my feet. God is good. But I broke both of my feet. And so while you're talking to me today, I have two. The casts are not on my feet anymore, but I got two boots on my feet. I'm just getting over walking in with the walker. I'm beyond the wheelchair at this point, but I'll be walking on my own completely again in about another week. That's one adversity. Last year, I lost my father, and my father wrestled 2 years with Parkinson's. I moved in with dad and became his primary caregiver, all the while providing complimentary service on behalf of our seniors. A lot of my seniors know my father. They came to his funeral, and that brought, I mean, I was just taken aback by that. But dad wanted to go with me. When I'm leaving the house in the morning, he didn't want to stay there with the caregiver. He wanted to go with me. And so I would let dad ride in the truck, and he would sit in the truck while I cut lawns. And so some of my seniors were able to come out and talk with dad and get to know my father. But dad passed May 3rd, 2022. That was last year. 3 weeks after dad passed, his brother passed away. The brother that prayed at my father's funeral. And then I was in a near fatal car accident where I was T-boned and knocked through a brick building. And when the EMTs came looking in the building for the body, they thought, or inside the car for the person that was driving, I was the person outside the car taking the videos. That's how good God has been to me. So it's been a very rough year, to say the least. I'm excited about what's going on despite what I'm going through, because I'm not going to stop. Emmanuel's Hope Foundation, we will provide complimentary service on behalf of our seniors. And until people get the message and the vision, I will continue to push. I will continue to pray, praise, and press, right? But I will continue to be on the front lines of this battle to ensure that our seniors, their latter years, are better than their former years. That's why they stand around. God bless them with long life. So those years should be joyous. And I'm going to be an advocate, a staunch advocate on behalf of our seniors. And I'm not going to stop. And you can see whatever forces are trying to take me out, I'm still here and I'm still pressing, Dr. Wise, and I'm going to keep right on pressing.
Absolutely. First, on behalf of Black Business Network, Business Expo, we would definitely like to extend our condolences, for your father as well as your uncle. And, we love the fact that you landed on your feet, because that is
Yes.
part of what you have to do in business, and then to still show up. So I'm sure that our callers and our listeners are hearing this, and you're inspiring a host of people to keep on going no matter what they're going through. My next question goes around the fact of, we know that people take advantage of senior citizens, and there's so many different laws and things that's going on with that. But here you are inspiring them to not just live their best life, but live it stress-free. Emmanuel, talk a little bit about your feelings between people that are actually utilizing their businesses to take advantage of seniors versus empowering seniors.
First, I'll say woe unto you, because you are sowing into your harvest, and you shall reap. But you are bringing not blessings on yourself, because God blessed our seniors with long life for a reason. He said, if you honor your father and your mother, your days will be long upon the land. So they've done something right. I wouldn't say everything because none of us are perfect, but to take advantage of the most vulnerable in our community, just think about that a moment. There are two groups of people that I consider the most vulnerable, and that are our infants, our children, and then our seniors. Everybody wants to live, but how are you treating those that God has blessed with long life? How do you want to be treated when you are older? And the things that you used to be able to do, you can't do no more. I watched my father, strong man. Oh, he pressed because Parkinson's had my father bent over at a 45-degree angle where he could not stand up straight. And you would almost think he'll topple over on his head, walking. And he was always one that told us, and you will stand up straight. And I'm the only son. I have 3 sisters, and my sisters, they only need one brother. They'll tell you that. I'm a handful. But for a man that always was about standing up erect, he could not do that. My father was driving, and a year later could no longer drive. If we live long enough, we're going to be in these situations. So someone has to think about and consider, how would it feel to be wanting to do something and can't do it? Be wanting to move your leg and it won't move. Be wanting to walk a little faster and you can't. I'm experiencing it right now because I'm using my daddy's walker. How about that? So it's poignant for me because I'm experiencing it, and it's a good experience. I embraced it. I said, embrace your pain, right? Embrace your struggle, embrace your past. I'm living what I'm telling you to do and what I'm asking you to do because I'm embracing the pain that I'm experiencing with these 2 broke feet. And even if on this broadcast, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know because Emmanuel is smiling. It's a lot going on in my life and has gone on in my life, but I don't wear the scars and you don't wear the scars. That's something to be thankful for. And being able to grow older, you are a treasure and we should honor them. So those companies that are preying on our seniors, beware what I'll say, because Emmanuel's Hope Foundation is on a mission, and we're going to put infrastructure and things in place in the future that our seniors are going to be able to have companies that are reliable on a platform that they can call and say, well, hey, let's call Emmanuel's list. How about that? And call a roofer to come put this roof on. And they know that the roofer is going to come. He's not going to take their money. He's going to do the job. He's going to charge a fair rate. And then how about this? A representative from Emmanuel's Hope Foundation will come and have a conversation with our senior and make sure that they were satisfied with the services that were rendered for them. I think that's not a tall order to fill. I don't think we're asking for a whole lot. So it's emotional, it's painful, but I'm just gonna keep pressing. So but woe unto those companies.
So Emmanuel, the point that I was driving with that is that your company is not just a landscaping company. Like, you have a foundation, and yes, it sounds like you have pillars of yes, blocks that's building upon that foundation. I kind of wanted you yes, to talk a little bit more about what those pillars look like, because the brief conversation that you and I had, it seemed like, it's not just about lawn care and them having a front landscaping. What is the broader picture of your foundation?
That's how we get in the door. That's how we get there, is by providing complimentary lawn care, because you can't stop me from cutting grass. I can cut grass all day. And my seniors are going to welcome someone to come along and just do that for them and put a smile on their face. But like I said, a broader term, a broader pillar is to have a solid foundation in place whereby our seniors can rely on, feel confident, and sure that they can stay in their home. And anything that can be put in place to give that assurity, to give that solid, just confidence that they know they can call on someone that cares, that cares. And I don't know it all. I just have a vision, I have a mission, and I have a dream. And I need a lot of people to help me with that, with their wisdom, with their education and their knowledge. What I don't know, I will learn from them, because I'm the first to say I'm listening. I listen to our seniors, and that's how I learn more. I listen to people that talk with me, and I'm in the learning phase of everything. So let's learn together and grow together. But those are the pillars, is to put something in place so they can pick up the phone and know that, hey, I need a service. I can call someone. Right now, they don't know who to call. Dr. Wise, we as younger people, we wrestle with recourse. A shoddy mechanic, an unscrupulous contractor. Okay, we got a little oomph in us because we young. We got a little stride in our step. But who do our seniors call on? Who is their recourse? They don't have it.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure serving with you this afternoon, Mr. Emmanuel.
Pleasure has been
What is
mine.
the best contact information for our listeners to reach out to be able to have our seniors get care?
Please go to our website, www.emmanuelshope.org. That's EMANUELSHOPE.org. Go to our that is our website, but you can call us at 757-488-1645. Again, that number is 757-488-1645. And also, if you would go to everybody do this for me, please. Go to WTKR.com and crash their website today and vote for Emmanuel's Hope Foundation. We're number 5. We are number 5 on that list there for the Everyday Hero Humanitarian Award. And just go there and click number 5 and put your vote in for complimentary lawn care for seniors if you feel and agree with what our mission is, and vote for us. That's WTKR.com. The voting is only throughout the rest of this month. So please go there. Thank you so much for the opportunity and time today. And Dr. Wise, it's been an absolute honor, and it's been a pleasure to be with you this morning.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure meeting you as well. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
There you have it today, guys. Listen, the Black Business Expo mission is to raise funds for high school seniors to go to college K through 12 entrepreneur. The Expo is a foundation for students 12 through K. You can go to the website www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund. Or you can use the Cash App that's on the screen, $BBX USA. Our goal is to give laptops up to $5,000 to 10 students who can register on www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So remember to donate to the scholarship fund. We also want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for July 2023. We have NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Ludus Rushi, Coach and Training, California, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation, Inc., Genius is Common, Earth Essential, Milan Cheney Global, Executive Women Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Service, Creative Force Studio, Lee Entertainment, Artistry App Design, Black Business Expo USA, and All New Beginning LLC. Genius is coming, and we'll see you on the other side.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
So what we have to do is when we get in a spot, we need to create some spots for us. That's the main thing. We need to be able to be in a position where we're able to create those spots for us. For me, being an entrepreneur, I'm not just going to get a business and then leave you sitting high and dry. If you ask me some questions about entrepreneurship, I'm going to give you as much as I received. I've seen people who made it, and then when you ask them, it's like, okay, now you have to pay me for the information, the same information I got for free. We probably in totally different cities. There's no way that we're going to bump heads or anything. We're not competing. Bring me up with you. And so I just think that whatever education that I have, then I need to be able to give that to my own as well. So create the spots. You can create the spots when you get there.
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11, I ended up achieving this. But not only did I end up becoming an author, I ended up becoming a public speaker, a publisher, a business owner, all these great things. The name of my business is Written by Kids Publishing Company. I decided to start this company because I thought it was important for me to help kids my age express themselves through literacy and just achieve their own goals. Because to me, achieving goals is the best thing in the world to feel. It's you just achieving things and aspirations that you set for yourself. And I know that everybody is capable of this because even if you don't end up achieving the goal, you still tried your best, and that's the most important thing. and everybody is capable of this because genius is common. Thank you.
I'm Kennedy Harris. My genius is being an entrepreneur. I'm the CEO of K-Lock, a company where I develop my very own line of kids supplements. I currently market my multivitamin for kids to help combat weak immunity. During the pandemic, research has shown that having a strong immune system is key to fighting off disease. My vitamins are for kids, but adults can benefit from them as well. I'm adding a proprietary blend to my supplement line. I want to create my own blend so that I have a competitive edge in the marketplace. Staying healthy is important to me so that we live longer and have healthier lives. My website is klockproducts.com. That is K-L-O-C-K. Genius is common.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she wants to be the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
La connexion. La connexion.
In a world obsessed with the cult of celebrity, I challenge you not to aspire to anyone else's greatness, but instead strive to reveal and ignite the greatness within you.
Are you serious?
I totally think that's it.
Hey.
No!
Hey! To me, sexy is a man that knows who he is and what he wants. He's comfortable. You look at him, you see him, he's just comfortable being himself. And you're like,
Baby, be you.
Be you, baby.
Just be you. I like it. Introducing the Be You collection, exclusively available at K&G Fashion Superstore.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there. How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur, or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dreams by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dreams from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Wanda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Dr. Tanya T. Wise from All New Beginning LLC. I am your business moderator for this afternoon on Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next keynote speaker is coming from Africa, known as Enola Fatai. She is American award-winning international speaker and author, global influencer, social entrepreneur, a multi-award-winning life and business coach. And I can't wait to bring her up. She provides all types of activists globally to help with life skills in unserving communities. Welcome to the stage, Enola.
Hello, 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 and thank you so much for that beautiful introductions. It's so nice to be here. And that's Enolia. Think of Magnolia with an E. It's really easy. So
Enolia.
Yeah.
Okay, Enolia. Thank you so much for being here. And I bring you to the stage. It's all yours because genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you so much. First of all, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My name is Enolia Foti, and I'm hailing to you from Angola, Africa. And I'm here to speak with you about self-mastery. Now, you might say, self-mastery, what do I need self-mastery for, and how is this going to help me? As an entrepreneur, as a person in corporate, as a person who is a business owner, every day you make decisions. Every day, you have to guide and navigate your way through business, through life, through all kinds of situations. And the question is, what type of foundation are you building on? You see, we take classes and we learn and we get coached and we make ourselves available to glean information, take it in, take it in, take it in. But the bottom line is that if you are not taking that information in on a solid foundation, you can undermine yourself. So what does this mean? This means that we need to pay attention to the foundation that we are building on. This means self. So if you find yourself in that business room in front of all of the business people that you have to make a crucial decision. Do you trust yourself? Do you believe in your own vision enough that you're willing to take a risk? Do your insecurities start bubbling out when someone addresses you and you're supposed to be stepping into the truth of that owner, that founder, that person that's going to lead you or lead others into the next level? And inside you're going, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Who's going to believe me? How am I going to pull this off? Sometimes we hear in different trainings, fake it till you make it. Let me tell you, I'm here to tell you, it doesn't work. If you fake it, 9 out of 10, the only person you're fooling is yourself. Others see right through it. We cannot lead in facades. We have to lead standing in our truth, believing in ourselves, and understanding that what we bring to the table is of value. A lot of us were thrown, per the pandemic, into entrepreneurship because we had no choice. Our jobs were no longer viable as we were working, and we had to find something new, and we had to find something different. And whether we were accustomed to it or groomed for it or not, we found ourselves having to make choices and having to change. So when you step back and you look at this and you were tossed in it, how was the foundation that you have already established in your life? How was it? Was it strong? Was it solid? Was it such that you knew that you could build a castle on it without ever wavering? Or was the foundation that you had almost like sand, dirt that can sink? It's like, I think I can do it. I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to work to do it. And I hope everything comes out okay. We'll just have to see. So I said all these things because we have to focus on our foundation. We have to establish a strong foundation so that as we build the entrepreneurship, as we move around in corporate, as we even move around in our own personal life situation, that we do it from a place of solitary strength and understanding and knowledge and wisdom of ourselves. So why self-mastery? Because we possess all of the tools that we need already in order to create that strong foundation. We are the ones who can master self, but many times we don't know how to approach it. We don't know our tools. We don't know what's available that we already possess in order to succeed, in order to create that strong, solid foundation. And all the classes that we glean and all of the knowledge that we gain may not necessarily help to create that strength and that foundation that lets us go into a meeting knowing that we trust ourselves and we trust exactly what we need to get accomplished and know that we will accomplish it on the other side. So I love to call it the Empower, Achieve, Succeed methodology. Empower, Achieve, Succeed is a methodology that helps you work with the mindset of success. And what it does is that it helps you create a strong foundation such that you don't look outside of yourself. I'm going to repeat that. You don't look outside of yourself for answers that you already possess and you already know. For trusting yourself, for trusting your instincts, for understanding that not only do I bring value to the table, but I am capable of navigating. I have clear line of sight of what I want to do, and I have clear line of sight of what I want to accomplish. So self-mastery is about understanding the key components of what we already possess and what it is that we have to observe and watch out for ourselves to ensure that we have a strong foundation. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the tools that we already possess. One of the very first tools is the power of our voice. Not the fact that we are articulate, not the fact that We are capable of speaking in front of a crowd. And some of us aren't. Some of us are very nervous about those things and those pieces, and we practice them. But the power of our voice, in the respect that I can command the attention that is needed when I speak. That when I speak, what I have to say is so powerful that it attracts the attention of those that I direct it at. That when I choose to speak and when I give the wisdom of what I possess to others, that they receive it in such a manner and in such a way that they understand that value is being attained. We go through the fact that the power of our voice is what represents us. It sets the tone. It engages. It attracts. How do you work with the power of your voice? This is a tool that we already possess. It is not outside of ourselves. It is something that we can reflect inwardly in and strengthen and allow ourselves to be heard and respected and present ourselves the way that we need to be presented in business and in relationship. The second tool that I want to talk to you about is about redefining fear. Fear is another thing that we have to deal with on a daily basis. We want to succeed, so there's that opposite, which is the fear of not succeeding. The fear of being out of our comfort zone. And when we define fear, many of us go to that fact of, yeah, we're a little bit afraid to do this or afraid to do that. And actually we'll even use that word, power of your words, frequently to define how we're feeling. But really, what is fear? You see, we all have a boundary. A boundary, I would like to make it akin to a circle. And if you were in the center or the core of that circle and that boundary of the circle was all around you, fear is working outside of your comfort zone or outside of that boundary. Because we don't know and cannot anticipate the outcome of what it is that we're afraid of. So understanding that that boundary exists and that we're afraid and that there's this uncomfortableness when we surpassed that boundary. If we understand it and we understand why we are afraid, then we can face it and address it and work with it. We can increase that boundary little by little by little, or even shrink it little by little by little. But learn to work beyond that boundary, no matter where it is. So when I talk about increasing that boundary, that means that the circle by which we operate has increased, but it's increased outside of our comfort level and our comfort zone. So when we define fear, fear is really just operating outside of our comfort zone. How well do you do that? What strategies do you have in order to face those fears? What strategies can you possess and work with to help you operate out of your comfort zone? Laying the fears to rest or allowing the fears to drop aside. Now, some people might say there are healthy fears and there are fears that you need to have. Well, there are healthy times that we have unknown situations that we don't understand the outcome. But make no mistake, fear is not healthy in the respect that it is until we drop the fear that we are able to move forward. Even in a situation where you feel threatened and you are afraid, fear is an emotion that actually makes you halt. It makes you stop. It makes you freeze. You're afraid to move forward. And until you possess that attitude that says, oh, heck no, I'm not doing this anymore, I got to survive, that's when you've laid the fear aside. And when you've laid that fear aside, you made a conscious choice to move forward, despite the unknown of the outcome. And then the next tool outside of handling fear would be, how do I deal with judgment? We live in a judgmental world, and sometimes judgments can devastate us. They can knock us to our knees because those that we cherish, those that we respect, those that we actually ask to work with us in our lives, they judge us. Are we right or are we wrong? Did I do that well or did I do that poorly? Is it good enough or it's not good enough? All of these judgments are being made every day, every moment of our lives. We make them. Is this good enough for me to deal with? Or I don't deal with that. That's not good enough. Do I want to stay here? No, no, no. That's not up to par for me. Judgments take place all around us. Judgments take place all our lives. How do you deal with judgment? Are you able to navigate past judgment? And better yet, have you learned not to give away your power to judgment? There is an art to always keeping your power, taking back your power, and never allowing judgment to define you. Not when it is destructive and not when it does not serve to make you work towards a better goal. So redefining and allowing judgment to not give away your power is another tool. You already possess it. It is not outside of yourself. The next tool that I would talk about is limited beliefs. Because if you do not hold a vision for yourself and see yourself successful, then how would you expect anyone else to see you successful? What is the limiting belief that prevents you from going to that next level? What is the limiting belief that prevents you from taking the leap and daring to try to dream a beautiful dream? Or you will be dreamt. And I'm going to say that again. Dream a beautiful dream, or you will be dreamt, which means exactly this. If you don't hold a vision for yourself that you believe in, so that life becomes a walk to it, then you will be dreamt. And being dreamt actually means that you will end up living a life where you are living up to other people's expectations of you and definitions of you, and never living for yourself. Dream a beautiful dream or you will be dreamt. Hold a vision for yourself. It doesn't matter what other people perceive in how it's attainable or not. Hold the vision for yourself and make life a vision or a walk to that vision. You are capable. And no one else will do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. So that's the fourth tool. And the fifth tool is forgiveness. Forgiveness is freedom. Now, you're going to say, come on, forgiveness. Yeah, I've heard this before. Yeah. Forgive. But wait a minute. Why do we forgive? There has been a pain that has been caused. There's been a situation that has taken place. There's been a relationship that's been damaged. There's been a trauma that has taken place. And if you do not lift the veil of that pain, everything you see is through the eyes of that trauma. And how does that influence you? Well, it influences you in everything. Because if you can't lift the veil of pain and the veil of trauma, and you see through the eyes of trauma, then the decision that you're making is biased based on ensuring that you don't get hurt. But that hurt isn't in the here and now. That hurt was in the past. And what you end up doing is you bring your past forward and you're looking through the eyes of pain of something that's taken place that will not repeat itself. And you can't see what you have right in front of you because the anticipation that the pain might impact you again. So forgiveness is freedom. You lift the veil of that pain and you allow yourself to know that you can accomplish all that you need and that you don't have to be worried about the pain because you've forgiven it for yourself first and for the others that may have impacted you. Lift the veil of pain. See through eyes of clarity. Forgiveness does that for you, and only we possess that. Because if you hold a grudge, and if you hold on to that pain, and if you hold on to that anger, whether you realize it or not, it impacts and influences your decisions, and people can feel it on you. And I'll repeat that again. People can feel it on you. Where do I hold my power? How and where do I hold my power? This is the next tool. To know thyself is to hold the power of thyself. We are not talking about power over others. We are not talking about power over someone, stepping on someone, belittling someone to elevate yourself. We're talking about being powerful, standing in your truth, having the wherewithal to stand strong when everybody else wants to decide otherwise, and you're that sole person that decides that no, that's not for me. That is powerful. Holding on to power and defining the power of who you are, what you're capable of, what value you bring. The mindset that you know that people may not have grasped yet. That you're an innovator, that you're an inventor, that you're bringing creativity that no one has ever seen before or experienced before. That you are bringing to the table an experience no one has been able to fathom, but it's well within you and it's powerful. And having the capability to speak your truth, stand in your truth, know what value you bring, and know what to do, and to navigate anybody else's story, to stand in your own, is powerful. I call these the 7 principles of self-mastery. It is an empower, achieve, succeed methodology and mindset, and how we navigate through these tools to utilize them to our advantage, to know thyself, to know myself so well that, yes, I can accept judgments and I can acknowledge judgments, but I don't have to be the judgment that somebody else defines, because that's their eyes. That's what they perceive. If a medical doctor tells you you're never going to walk again, every story that we've ever heard is in defiance of accepting that I'm never going to walk again for the patient. The patient who walks does not accept what's at face value, but fights for what they believe in and has a core foundation at the very heart of their being, their very soul, knowing that they are capable and they can at every level, conscious and unconscious, to overcome the barrier that's been put before them. In understanding that and knowing that, that is a mastery of self. That is the foundation that we should be building on. All our lives, we've been taught to divide and conquer, to stand on your own, but we are stronger together. As a business person, as an entrepreneur, there is room for everyone. And we are stronger together. And we can build and support each other together. And understanding that as part of our foundation allows the intimidation factor to fall to the side. It allows for one to not be defined by what other people project on to us, but to be defined by what we believe in as ourselves. Look in the mirror, love what you see, and allow that to be the foundation that is built upon as an entrepreneur. Be the person that walks into the room and everyone's head turns, not because you've walked into the room and they see you, but because you've walked in the room and your presence is so strong and your energy is so tremendous that they can feel you across the room. Each one of us has that capacity. Each one of us is capable of presenting ourselves in that manner. And it all is based on the foundation. So where do you get this knowledge? How do you get this knowledge? My name is Enolia Foti. I have written a book called The 7 Principles for Self-Mastery, the Empower, Achieve, Succeed methodology that one can possess on Amazon.com to be able to understand the 7 principles of self-mastery and how they can help you in your life. I also present to you a master class called Empower, Achieve, Succeed Through Self-Mastery. And it is a 2-month course that takes you through the journey of self-reflection and self-mastery. Applying tools you already possess, not external to yourself, so that you can stand in your power, stand securely in your decisions, build your business on a foundation of strength, and ensure the reliability of the navigation that you take and that you have that takes you every day through life, through business decisions, through building the framework of what it is that you dream of. And for those who really, really have enjoyed the master class, go on to the coaching certification to be able to teach it. Empower, achieve, succeed through self-mastery. Because you are the master of yourself. Dare to look into that mirror and know exactly what you bring to the table and who you are, loving every aspect of self. And know that you are powerful. So I want to thank you for this time. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.
Oh my God, I'm so inspired. I'm ready to sign up. We did have a couple questions that came in while you were going through, so I'm just going to take a moment to see if we can get some of the questions answered from our listeners. I'm going to tap into all my tools and resources. Thank you so much. So what does your business do in whole? Like, I know you touched on a lot of things, but can you just narrow it down for our listeners?
My business is to empower business owners at the foundational level so that as they take all of the leadership classes, as they take all of the entrepreneurial classes, as they take all of the things that build them professionally, or as they become the business owner that they are, that they have a strong foundation, because that foundation is typically ignored. That foundation, the part that says, oh, can I make a good decision? Oh, but I'm insecure. Well, you got to address that insecurity. You got to address the fact that you don't trust yourself. How do you expect to be that CEO and you don't trust yourself? Or you feel insecure when you're around your peers. Oh, they're better than I am. Oh man, I don't know. I shouldn't even be here. Well, if you don't believe you're going to be there, who else is going to believe you should be there? We have to address that. And what's happened is that the pandemic kind of forced everybody, oh, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Oh, I'm going to be a coach. Right? And they run out and they grab the class, but they haven't addressed the very fact that if you're an angry person, that anger is going to show through everything you do. If you're an insecure person, that insecurity is going to show through everything you do. You got to go back to the core, to the basics. And my business helps you establish that strong foundation so that you can build whatever it is that you want to build on top of it. We did not come here to play small. And we do not have to play small, but what's happened is a lot of us have grown up in our lives, have forced us and oppressed us like, oh, well, you can't do that, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. Well, it starts at the core. I came here to play large. I did not come here to play small. But this is a mindset. It's not something you can just put on like a piece of clothing. It doesn't work.
Ooh, that is so good. That is so good and so inspiring. So who is your ideal target customer?
My ideal target customer is just basically the entrepreneur, especially because what happens is that you're building the framework of what you love yourself. And a lot of times we don't have the support system of a pre-made framework that says, oh, we're going to do this, and no, we're going to do that. So the entrepreneur. It's also the corporate person. How many of us are trying to survive corporate, and we sit there and we're trying to navigate through the corporate procedure, and we go, well, what's wrong with me? Why was I overlooked? Well, what did I do wrong? Why aren't they picking me out? Well, what happened? I should have been the one that got that promotion. Why are they overlooking me? Why is it every time I talk to my peers, I can speak as a woman, and then the man says the same thing I said, and everybody hears them, but they didn't hear me? That's about the power of your voice. That's about your presentation. That's about your core being and how you hold yourself in that meeting. And that's not taught. That's about you.
Yes.
So
I feel there's definitely a need for what you're teaching, because we can be masters of our craft, but if no one helps critique that, it's just like you were mentioning the children and growing up, and when they're one thing, but if they don't have that parent that knows how to nurture that, we can have them miss their path. So what niche are you filling?
So the niche that I'm filling really is the niche that there are many, many courses out there, and there are many, many great leaders out there. And like I said, there's room for everybody, but there's not many people that deal with the core base that basically says, oh, you're a great leader, but you know what? There you are making six figures, and I can see the insecurity still all over you. You got this far, but how come you're still showing that insecurity? What is going on here? Stop it. Or why are you jealous? What are you jealous of? You got everything. Where is this coming from? And what happens is that a lot of that jealousy, insecurity, anger, or trauma happened that we didn't deal with in the beginning of our life. You know, maybe we were pushed out the door too soon and we weren't ready to go there, and then bam, it hits us. And it's like, or maybe we had perfectionist parents, and it's like, I can't make a mistake. I can't make a mistake. Oh my God, I made a mistake. The world's going to end. We need to deal with those. Those are personality pieces. Those are traits within, and that we can face and can confront those parts, you know, and really, really allow ourselves to stand in our truth and our strength without allowing those characteristics to sabotage ourselves. How many of us have heard something and basically said, oh, that pissed me off, and I told them off, and then later go back and realize you missed a huge opportunity because you were so busy about being right and wrong that you missed the whole point, and that anger derailed the whole thing that you were looking to get in the first place. Yeah. We sabotage ourselves that way. And that's what I deal with. That's the niche that I'm filling.
Yes, I love it. And what would you say takes, when people come to you to transform, because you're really helping us transform, right? What would you say they will be able to see that timing within a matter of hours, days, weeks, months? Like, if someone sat down with you, when they sit down with you, because I know they're coming, right? When can they see some type of transformation?
Well, see, the whole thing is we live in this world of instant gratification. And that sets an expectation. So let's reset that expectation. If you are living 20 years, if you are 40 years old and 45 years old, and it took you 45 years to develop these habits, why do you think that it's going to take a day, hours for you to get rid of them? That's why the program is a minimum 2 months to start.
Awesome. So 2 months, y'all have an audience, 2 months, and you can start seeing the difference in the decision makings that you're making, because those decision makings are costing us not just hundreds, not just thousands, but millions of dollars because of what lies between these two ears. So I think you've done an awesome job with demonstrating. We thank you so much for being here with us on the Black Business Expo. Genius is coming, and we'll see you on the other side. I forgot to ask you what's the best way for them to contact you, because we talked about a bunch of things, but I need to find out what's the best way, because I want them to be able to contact you. What's the best way for them?
Yes, I can be contacted via WhatsApp. I can be contacted because I'm in Africa, right? I'm from New York City, but I'm living in Africa. So I'm one of those transplants that took the leap. So I'm living what I said I would do, by the way. Okay. But I can be reached via WhatsApp. The phone number is 1-607-542-6388 via WhatsApp, and easily through my website, which is www.enolia, my name, .live, Live. So reach out to me through the website, reach out to me through the phone number of WhatsApp. And I'm also on Facebook, and you can DM me, not a problem. I'm on LinkedIn. I can be DM'd via LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter. I'm on all the social medias, and there's not that many Enolias out here.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. And again, Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you.
Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expert is a fundraiser for students. You can go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund. Or you can use the Cash App that's on the screen, and it says $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops up to $5,000 to 10 students, and students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship funds. We also want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for July 2023. NC 1000, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Ludus Rouche Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Suppliers Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation, Inc., Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Milan Cheney Global, Executive Women's Success Institution, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studio, Lee Entertainment, Artistry App Design, All New Beginnings LLC, and Black Business Expo USA. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm, and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11, I ended up achieving this. But not only did I end up becoming an author, I ended up becoming a public speaker, a publisher, a business owner, all these great things. The name of my business is Written by Kids Publishing Company. I decided to start this company because I thought it was important for me to help kids my age express themselves through literacy and just achieve their own goals. Because to me, achieving goals is the best thing in the world to feel. It's you just achieving things and aspirations that you set for yourself. And I know that everybody is capable of this, because even if you don't end up achieving the goal, you still tried your best, and that's the most important thing. And everybody is capable of this because genius is common. Thank you.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, And her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here. And Princess Nia is based off of my daughter. And she is what she wants to be, the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
Hey guys, my name is Caden. I'm the CEO of Caden Teaches, and my genius is teaching kids about financial literacy. Throughout my financial products, such as my financial flashcards, my activity book, and my newest project, my financial bus, which I bought. And on the bus, it has a mock bank where kids will learn how to deposit and withdraw money, a mock grocery store where kids will be able to learn how to have a family budget, and a mock stock exchange where kids will even be able to learn how to invest in stocks. Now, I decided to start teaching kids about financial literacy because I find that most kids graduate high school without even knowing the basics about financial literacy. And I feel if I were to teach kids about financial literacy, that I would be able to help kids tap into their genius. And I actually learned about financial literacy to my dad because I would go to business meetings with him and I would always see that they were talking about financial literacy. And at that point, I didn't understand what financial literacy was. So I took it upon myself to learn about financial literacy and teach it to kids in a way that they could understand. But I want you guys to help me help kids tap into their genius by going to my website, cadenteaches.com, and you can sew into me in my financial bus by going to my GoFundMe link. And remember, if Caden can, you can too, because genius is common.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
How you doing? I'm Rodney Allen Rippey. Yeah, the child actor. Well, now, leading man. Some of you might remember back in the day, the Harlem Globetrotters popcorn machine. Remember that? Well, it was a Saturday morning special that would come on, and I was there with Geese and Tex and Meadowlark Lemon. Remember the show? Well, I had a great time. And I have to say a huge, huge thank you to all my fans out there. Thank you for all the years of support. I went on from the entertainment industry. I started getting into producing and directing. And now, hey, here I am. I'm a studio executive here in Burbank, California at 2526 Studios. I have to say, it's been pretty good, but the best is yet to come. Please stay encouraged, keep reaching for your dreams, and never forget that genius is common. Remember that. Genius is common. No matter what anyone says to you, no matter how tough the road may get, keep striving, keep reaching for your dreams, and always know that you are worth it. Everything that you put into yourself, everything good that you pour into your life, you are worth it. And when the times get tough, when things don't go exactly right, it's okay. Dust your shoulders off. Stand up strong. And remember, genius is common.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Dr. Tanya T. Wise from All New Beginnings, LLC. I am your business moderator for this afternoon on Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate business about business. Our next keynote speaker is Melanie Perry from Zillionaire Wealth Formula in 5 Clear Steps. Melanie is also helping others create substantial wealth by making wise decisions. For over 2 decades as a certified financial planner, she's passionate about financial literacy. She extends educating women and kids about the basics of money management through her financial literacy and educational company, Zillionaire Enterprise. I welcome to the stage and present to you Melanie Perry.
Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you, Dr. Wise, for that introduction. So, I have a wonderful topic for you today. Let me first introduce myself again. I own a company called Zillionaire Enterprises. And through a spiritual and cultural lens, I help women entrepreneurs over 40 build sustainable wealth. I use my credentials as a certified financial planner and my gift as a self-ordained financial therapist to help my clients heal their money wounds, to be consistent, confident, and courageous with making sound money decisions. You know, there's 3 things that a business needs, and that's income, freedom, and impact. So here at Zillionaire Enterprises, we focus on creating financial freedom by helping women entrepreneurs master their personal finances, creating their own economy, ultimately making an impact in the world and creating legacies for their family and beyond. So today we're going to focus on building wealth with integrity. When I work with my clients, one of the common challenges that I see is a conflict between their spiritual beliefs, their upbringing within the culture of being African American or a person of color in this world. I'm here in the United States, and the desire to want that sense of freedom, which comes in this capitalistic world through financial freedom. But I'm here to tell you that wealth it shows up in multiple domains. And wealth first starts from within. We're all born wealthy, as Dr. Wise and many of the people that are on this Black Business Network Olympics have expressed, is that we all have a unique gift. We all have talents. We all have something that we can contribute to add value to society. And if we don't stand up, the world will not get an opportunity to benefit from what we have and therefore continue in its expansion for embetterment, if that's a word. Sometimes I pull words out of my own dictionary, so bear with me. So the topic today is how to build wealth with integrity. Is there something that I need to take note on, Dr. Wise?
It is. You have such an amazing, beautiful face and smile, but we're only getting a part of your head. So I don't know if you could adjust your screen a little bit so the audience could think a little bit more. That was perfect.
It might be because I moved. I leaned up. Okay, I guess I've adjusted enough. But I might be moving throughout the screen, so my message is going to be the most powerful and impactful thing to focus on. So, how to build wealth with integrity. There's 3 things, 3 critical things that we want to keep in context. And the first thing is, as I started out, is to understand what are the inner conversations that we're having with ourselves. Wealth starts with our conversation, but let me backtrack just a moment to put into context the various domains of wealth. So we naturally, as I mentioned, we are wealthy, right? Wealth starts from within. But we also have various ways in which wealth shows up in our lives. So there's physical wealth, mental wealth, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, relationally. I did find out that that is a word. And of course, financially, right? So we want to, in our lives and in our journey, we want to create a harmony, not balance, but we want to create harmony amongst those various domains. And the reason why I say harmony instead of balance is because balance means that we have to create some kind of equilibrium. And as we're going through our life, there are going to be moments where we can't put equal focus on each one of those domains of wealth at the same time. There's going to be moments where we need to concentrate and focus our attention in one area or another. So, creating harmony, meaning that when we know that we need to focus on self care, which is going to replenish us mentally and emotionally, then we're going to have more attention in that space, not to negate the rest, but our attention will be more so here so that we can be more participatory in the other domains of wealth by focusing on our replenishment through our mental and emotional well-being. There may be a season where we need to focus on our physical health more so than the other aspects of wealth. So we pay more attention, in our physical health. But as a certified financial planner with me focus on finance today, that's what's going to be the main focus of our conversation and the conversations that I have with my clients. But I can't solely speak about the financial wealth without addressing those other pieces as well. So, when it comes to building wealth with integrity, I mentioned that the first component starts with our inner conversations. What are we telling ourselves? What is our current wealth paradigm? So, if you find yourself saying, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, I, can't handle money. My family is poor. We have a history of poverty. It's going to be my fate as well. Wealth is for other people. Wealth is for white folks. Wealth is just not for me. Then you're not putting yourself in the proper frame of mind to be able to receive the abundance that's awaiting you. So you have to be mindful of what are some subconscious conversations that you might be having around your wealth paradigm, your money paradigm, that might be showing up in ways that you don't necessarily recognize um, that can be a hindrance. So scarcity can show up in a variety of ways, right? You can say that you're a minimalist, right? Or you can say that you're really good at pinching pennies, saving money. But are you actually focused on mitigating expenses, or are you living in a box, in a scrunched life? I couldn't come up with the word, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Because there's one aspect of not wanting to overspend, paying too much for something that doesn't cost that amount, versus saving so much and not enjoying life in the present moment. So there's a difference in your approach to mitigating your expenses, because if you're a super saver to the extent that you're not enjoying what life has to offer in the present moment, you're deferring trips, you're not enjoying going to perhaps some upscale restaurants, or you're deciding, well, we're not going to go to this restaurant on the beach, we're just going to still go to this restaurant on the corner because you don't want to spend any money in gas. That's more on the lines of scarcity thinking, even though you might be thinking you're trying to save money. Now, if you have a particular goal and a time frame in which you're trying to reach that, and for this span of time, you want to mitigate as much as expense over extra expenses as possible because you're trying to meet a particular goal, that's a completely different perspective. So it's kind of a fine line, but you have to be mindful of of a scarcity, of a hidden scarcity mentality that you might be going convincing yourself of is, the way to kind of save money. I have a client that, every time we would talk, he would speak about, he couldn't wait until he could, go fishing and, just kind of relax and not have to deal with the day-to-day management of his real estate, property. And, he had a goal for 10 years before he would kind of allow his children or allow his children to take care of the property or to just sell it. So we had a 10-year, goal. And, I would say, well, what's preventing you from actually enjoying, taking a fishing trip right now? And it's, well, the property, the management, this and that. Well, about 3 years ago, I learned that he has dementia. So he can't take those trips that he had been dreaming of at this juncture of his life. So you don't want to get to a point, you don't want to have these money conversations, with yourself. And he'd always say, my family, we don't live that long. And, with that being said, it's like, well, hey, if you want to if you want to embrace that for yourself, what your family experience health wise, I don't necessarily encourage people to do that because we're individual beings, then enjoy life right now. And he was just so stuck on that particular thought process. And he was my highest client. He is my one of, well, not anymore, but at the time, he was my highest client, 4.5 million in net worth. And it's just saddened my heart to hear how he deferred his enjoyment and now can't enjoy it. So that's what I mean by scarcity thinking. Thinking in a box, assuming someone else's health, even though that's in your family line. You don't have to assume their ailments are going to be your ailments because you're a different body, a different soul, different being that can eat the proper nutrition, exercise completely, mentally stimulate your brain and nervous system, and don't have to experience those same health factors that your family line may have experienced, right? So wealth starts with the conversations you have in your mind first. So if you need to begin to reboot, refresh, what are some new, more revised conversations you can begin to have? There is this viral post that went out of this mother that caught her son, who was like 3 years old, reciting the daily affirmations that she taught him. So they were on their way to school. And this little 3-year-old was saying, I'm smart, I'm blessed, and I can do anything. And she caught that on video, and that was something that went viral. So what are you telling yourself? There's a mantra that I encourage my clients to begin to embrace, and I do as well. And that is that I have all the money that I need. I have more than the amount of money that I need because I attract a lot of money to me. So I have more than enough money than I need because I attract a lot of money to me. It's a very different paradigm than I don't have enough and I don't know where it's coming from. You don't need to know where it's coming from. You just need to know that it is there and it will come to you, and to be in that space to be ready to receive. So be mindful of your inner conversations when it comes to wealth. Another consideration to consider when it comes to building wealth with integrity is, as I alluded to before, understanding scarcity, but as it relates to abundance. So the difference between abundance and scarcity. So scarcity is something that just pervades um, society, particularly in our media, in the American culture. I mean, it's just everywhere. You turn on the news, there's all kind of sad, terrible situations that are happening, and they just recycle same old stuff over and over and over again. I only know that because when I go to my parents' house, they have the news on. I don't watch the news to that extent. I make sure I'm informed, but I don't digest it, nor do I listen to it before I go to bed. So we have to be mindful that our culture perpetuates scarcity, and understanding how that has an effect on us on our intimate daily lives, right? So what ends up happening is you tend to um, digest that, embrace that, and our reaction is fear, false evidence appearing real, right? Which means that somewhere along the way, we have we've given into this, false theory of this zero sum game, right? That in order for me to win, someone else has to lose. Well, that is very contrary to the definition and the realities and the truth around abundance. We are in an expansive universe. God created this planet and planets, but particularly Earth, where nature is in constant flow of continuing to grow and repair. It's just incredible to me as a gardener to see how nature is designed to continue to expand. When you think about how many flowers, so I have a food garden, and when the when I plant the seed, the plant grows. And in order for seeds to grow, the plant either is going, like if it's greens, the plant is going to bolt and develop flowers, and these flowers are ultimately the seeds. And there are tons of seeds when a plant bolts. Or you plant a fruit plant or a vegetable plant, and the plant produces the fruit, and there are tons of seeds inside of the fruit. So it's almost impossible for that plant, that fruit, to not perpetuate over time because there's tons of opportunities. The birds get in there and chomp up the seeds, and some of them don't get fully digested, so they fly all over. And through their release of their detoxification, these seeds are planted, all over everywhere in the world. So nature is designed for continued growth, continued expansion. We are part of nature, so therefore so are we. But yet we live in an environment that's telling us the opposite. So if you feel in conflict with the things that you may hear, the experiences that you may have, conversations you might be having with folks who are living inside of a box, it's because it's not natural. Economics is a system focused on scarcity. It's not natural. What is natural is abundance. What is natural is the constant evolution and expansion and growth and unfoldment of new possibilities, right? There are endless opportunities, particularly now in this day and age, where you can make money in the palm of your hand. You can connect with people across the world in an instant. It's actually absolutely incredible these days as to the level of opportunities that are available to us. So we don't want to ignore or be misled by these false evidences appearing real by fear, thinking that, oh, we have to, get a job for financial security. That's actually false as well, because how many people have been laid off? How many people have had their retirement haven't really fully saved for retirement because again we're in this scarcity scarcity conversation in the media. So they're encouraging you to spend, 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 not save, 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 right? So to think that what the masses are saying is truth and valid and something to live your life on isn't it. It's actually the opposite of all of that. And we have to continue to reinforce the real truth of our reality, which is everything always works well for us. We live in an expanded universe, in a space of abundance. And we are, and money always comes to me in great abundance on a consistent and regular basis. Those are truths, those are facts, and that's what we have to embrace and continue to realize as we deflect what seems to come at us a lot. The third thing is understanding your values, understanding what you stand on, what your virtues are. And to understand what your virtues are, understand that virtues are your traits of excellence from what you believe morally, socially, and intellectually, right? So the saying goes, if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. So your integrity is, or how you build wealth with integrity is going to be based upon what you value and as well as your virtues. So, for example, sometimes we give our, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? It'll come to me. But we give our worth, not our worth. I'm not getting this word. So let me explain. So in the Black and brown community, there is a conversation around gentrification, right? And so when we are having conversations around gentrification, we're feeling as if we're giving our power away. When we fall prey to thinking that someone else can continue to cut up, shall we say, and we just deal with it. For example, gentrification. So there's a gentleman by the name of Julian Gordon, who's a real estate guru, who led the charge to gentrify his own community in Louisiana, I believe it was. So gentrification is just rebuilding a community, uplifting the community from where it is to another level. So you can release and give your power to someone else, right? And have them do it, or you can do it yourself. And to feel as though you don't have the power to prevent or stop folks from doing so, you do have the power, and we have even more power in collective numbers. So I would encourage us to be mindful of the mantras that we continue to perpetuate amongst ourselves when it comes to, for example, last couple weekends ago, I did a presentation at the Association of Black Women Physicians. And the medical industry, we all know, is a hot mess, let alone for people of color and then women of color in the profession. And they were expressing the challenges. And one physician expressed that with such strength that we will not be able to change the medical system anytime soon. Ugh, that just stabbed me in the heart. Because when you speak so emphatically and not profound, but so emphatically about a statement, you give away your power. When we work together, And we change things. We even change things that we didn't know we were changing just by being. For example, in the financial services industry, over the past 20, 25, 30 years, women have been showing up. We have been showing up in massive numbers when it comes to the realities that the financial services industry has been recognizing that we're a powerful force when it comes to money, finance, and business. We are steadily increasing when it comes to establishing businesses, whether it's because of pure desire and passion, or whether it's by force because we needed some extra money in our pocket. Whatever the case may be, we're showing up and showing out in record numbers of becoming entrepreneurial. In addition to that, we live longer than our male counterparts, our spouses, our partners. So who's left to take care of the finances? Women. There's a study by Charles Schwab in 2016 where it showed that women earn on average like 1% more in their investment portfolios than men. You might think 1% whoop-de-whoop, but 1% over time is hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's because of we listen to our advisors, we stay the course, and we don't let ego get in the way of our decisions, our investment decisions. So I'm saying all that to say that when I was putting a brochure together 20 some odd years ago, where the result of, I was saying the result of people working with women, people at that time, working with me would be peace of mind, that was rejected. Peace of mind, they wrote back like, you can't, you can't give that as a result of what people would experience in working with you. And I thought, psh, okay, some battles are worth fighting, some are not, so I let that go. Now you look at any literature that's geared towards women, you've got peace of mind, balance, harmony, all these intangibles that they wouldn't accept 20 years ago. And this is because somebody woke up, some man woke up and was like, look, y'all, you can't try to solicit women as clients if you don't know how to target them, how to attract them, how to get them. You have to speak their language and pay attention to what their needs are. And that's what we want. We define wealth very differently than men. So if you want us as clients, you got to change your marketing approach. So because they wanted us as clients, as women as clients, they changed their marketing approach. And we weren't even trying to get them to change their marketing approach, right? So that was an unintentional shift that we as women created in the marketplace that is loud and clear for me since I'm in this industry and I see this shift happening. So imagine how intentional we can be with a particular goal or objective and make a huge impact. We have to start with the conversations though, because that was a retreat that I participated in a couple of Saturdays ago of the women physicians, and it was very cathartic, very cleansing, very healing to go through their retreat with them, and then to also lead them in this financial discussion to recognize what levels and areas of financial healing we individually and then as a community need, and to be mindful and present to what are we saying that's going to continue to extend the goal of what we are trying to accomplish, right? So if you're telling yourself that, or you're telling your children that they need to go to school, get a job, and then, start building wealth from there, that's the wrong mantra, right? So the objective today is to help them understand what are their gifts and talents and begin to monetize that now, even as children. Help them understand how money works, help them understand how business and infrastructure works. Now, if the goal is to go to school, get a job, learn the industry, learn the business, so that when you start yours, you have a clear, good understanding from the inside of how that industry works and how that business runs. That's a completely different, that's like a paid internship. So that's a different perspective than just go to school, get a job, sit on the job for 30 years, which is not going to happen, and then expect, to have this golden retirement. So if that's the mantra, which I know nobody at this Business Olympics is saying all that, but if you hear your relatives speaking that false mantra, we got to pump the brakes on that, because that's going to just extend our objective to create the necessary impact that we all are looking forward to see in the near future, because changes are happening. As we all know, genius is common, and as we hone in on our genius, we will begin to see changes happen before our eyes to our benefit. So as I come to a close, what I always like to share is just some practical approaches as well. And while you have the three main factors and components to build wealth with integrity, like where do you start with that? So if you have a piece of paper, draw a triangle, draw two lines so that you have three levels, three categories. At the base of your triangle, draw two parallel lines so that you've got three boxes. In one box, you're going to write the word DIP account, DIP account. This DIP account is where it's kind of like a rainy day fund. You would have about a month of your expenses set aside here. Let's say your expenses are $5,000. So the goal is to save about $5,000 in that account. You would use that account to, hey, if you are in South Carolina, but you got family here on the West Coast and you need to fly home to take care of mom or dad or auntie or uncle, then you would dip into your DIP account for that. Now you'd pay that on your credit card, but you'd pay that off from your DIP account. If you're in a sandwich situation, and you're taking care of kids, you're taking care of mom and dad, you're taking care of yourself, you take care of spouse, you're growing a business, you got a whole lot going on, and you need to refresh and recoup, you can say, hey, I'm going to Martha's Vineyard, I'm flying to Sedona, I am going to the South Keys tonight. You would dip into your DIP account for something like that. So that's the DIP account. It's kind of like a rainy day fund, but not emergency. The emergency account is where you have 3 to 6 months of your emergency set aside, 3 to 6 months of your expenses set aside for emergency. And so that would be $15,000 to $30,000 in the example that I provided. And then you have a third bucket called the wealth account. And the wealth account is for the sole purpose of buying an asset. And by asset, I mean anything that puts money in your pocket today or at some point in the future. So that would mean if you want to buy income property, you want to build up an investment portfolio, you want to start a business, that's the designated account that you would have for that. Now, if you notice, each account has a purpose to it. So you want to have separate individual accounts for each one of these so that boom, I got the goal. I got 5,000 in my DIP account, I got 15,000 in my emergency account, and whatever the goal is for the wealth account, let's say you want a down payment for property and you want to save up $50,000, $100,000, then that will be the designated amount you need to target for that. So you've got clarity of those accounts. Now, how you would invest that, where you would save that would be in money market accounts or in savings accounts or CDs. The next layer up, you want to divide that in half. So you're going to make one parallel line in the center. And on one side, you'll have retirement accounts. The other side, you'll have investment accounts. And with retirement accounts, as a business owner, you can definitely put money aside into a retirement account called a SEP IRA, solo 401k, simple IRA. Those are specifically designed for business owners put money aside there to grow accordingly. And then we have various investments from stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, etc. As I conclude at the very tippy top of the investment portfolio, of this investment pyramid I'm sharing with you, financial pyramid, this is where the fun stuff is. It's the crypto, the NFTs, the raw land, all the penny stock. That's way up at the top because we want to make sure we have our foundational areas in place first. You put a nice circle around all of that, and we protect that by way of insurance. This includes our health, life, disability, long-term care, business insurance, auto, and homeowners insurance. We insulate that with the family living trust, and then we're set to experience financial freedom. Thank you.
Perry, that is some awesome information you've been sharing. You have a host and wealth of knowledge when it comes to the financial industry, and it is one of the largest paying financial industries out there is the financial arena. So we thank you for sharing that information with our listeners. We had a couple questions that came in while you were up. So
sure.
What I would like to do is go through some of those questions, okay? So one of the first questions that I picked from one of our listeners is, how would one get started if they have not a lot of money to get started?
That's a good question. And I would encourage you to reframe that with, I have been blessed with the money that I presently have right now, and what's the optimal way for me to use my money in the highest and best use. Secondly, you can start anywhere. If you, from $1, because at the end of the day, it's about establishing the habit. So if all you can do is save $1 a day, save that dollar a day until you can build, more. You want to first be clear about, maybe I do have more than I realize because my spending might not be fully in alignment with my goals and objectives. So I would encourage you to revisit your goals and be clear. What am I trying to get to? How much do I need to save in order to get to that point? And is my spending in alignment with that? Am I going out to eat too much? Am I spending too much money on clothes that still have the tags on it? Am I getting my hair done maybe too often? Maybe I could do some home hairstyles. Maybe I could paint my nails myself. There's a certain point where the luxuries in life need to have a pause until we can begin to build and replenish, and then we can get back to that, right? So depending on where you are in your journey, will determine that. Now, if you have cut your expenses as low as you can go, because sometimes after food, clothing, shelter, transportation, hey, you can't go any lower than that, right? So then it's a matter of, what are my talents? What are my skills? How can I monetize one of these in order to increase my income? So if you've gone as low as you can go in mitigating all of your expenses, it's time to boost up that income and take a leap of faith to be able to do so.
Awesome. So what inspired you to actually go into the financial arena?
That's an interesting question. My degree is in quantitative economics, and when I graduated in 1999, I just jumped right into the financial services industry. One, because it aligned with my degree, and I find money interesting. And then as I got into it, well, I found finances interesting, not so much money, but finances interesting because it was placed on my heart. Once I secured my position as a financial advisor, to help people that look like me understand the money game, to be able to basically shift social stratification on its head. When I was in school, I had a ethnic studies class, and I learned about social stratification and how it seemed like most of the chocolate folks were at the bottom of that pyramid and the white folks were at the top, but yet the wealth, the pure wealth is us, and not necessarily, all humanity has an element of wealth, but our wealth wasn't centered around ego, greed, and hoarding. Our wealth extends out and is shared. And so it bugged me that we we have this kind of tension between accumulating monetary wealth because of our cultural experience. And I began to realize that as I was talking to my clients, or as they were talking to me, I do more so of emotional finance than I do practical finance. And that's how I became this like self-ordained financial therapist, because it's not that we don't know we need to save or we don't know we need to invest. It's the conversations we've been having with our minds because of our cultural experience and where we sit spiritually. Many of us grew up Christian and we take a vow of poverty, and we feel like that's the best way to go. And like now everybody doesn't need to be Mother Teresa. Some of us need to um uh uh begin to use our wealth like Madam C.J. Walker, Biddy Mason, Eartha M.M. White, and be philanthropic so that we're able to create an impact and create change. So it's like we have to understand this money game and understand it in a way that aligns with our spirit, that aligns with our integrity, and begin to use it to add value how we do anyway.
Absolutely.
I hope that answered the question. I feel like I went off track.
No, you did an excellent job with answering the question. Just what would you say to that inspired entrepreneur who also want to get involved
in starting a business?
Yes, going into the arena like you.
Oh, going into the financial services arena. Oh, okay. So there's two routes nowadays. You can become a licensed financial advisor, which I highly, highly, highly encourage, because there's not a lot of us Black and brown, let alone women, in the industry that are fully licensed. And then you can also go the route of a coach. And there's various certifications to become a financial coach, or you just slap the title on your name and you can be a financial coach if you've got proof of concept of you creating personal success. I think whatever route you choose, it's needed. The average financial advisor can handle about no more than like 200 clients to really service that clientele. So just imagine, what's our US population? Millions of people, right? There's like 300,000 financial advisors, and like 3% of us are people of color. So there's a lot of folks to help. So it doesn't really matter what direction you go, whether you get licensed or not. If you go the license route, which again I encourage, because at some point, whether you're dealing with a person that's DIYing it, they're going to have to connect with a person like myself anyway to implement that, unless they deal with AI. But most people want some help. Everybody's not trying to do it themselves. So you've got to get licensed through FINRA, connect with a broker to get licensed. Like real estate, you have to connect with a broker to get licensed there. There are mentorship programs through the Certified Financial Planning organization. So I would highly, highly encourage that. If I could go back and press rewind, I would have definitely connected with a mentor early on. It makes the road a lot easier and smoother. All you need is to have a degree. It doesn't have to be in finance in any way. But call me up. If you want some specific advice or direction, definitely reach out to me. I have resources for you to be able to start that journey.
Well, we may have to connect on the back end of this. Absolutely. So what would you tell someone who have been financially challenged?
That's a broad question. So folks that are experiencing limited income at this point, you just have to go back and kind of revisit your goals. What are you trying to accomplish? Because your present circumstances don't dictate your future outcome. So you can't be confined by what you're experiencing right now as this is the destination, the end all be all. When we're born, we can't walk, but we have our moms, our dads saying, come on, baby, come on, right? So you want to put yourself in a space of people that are going to love you up, that are going to nurture you, mentor you, and encourage you to take that leap of faith to the level that you want to get to. So you want to have that personal conversation and reflect on, what am I here for? What is my purpose? What is my why? And you got to hone into that why and digest it, eat it, love it up, be it on all levels. To be able to get into a space of abundance. So once you've done that, then you're going to start attracting opportunities to you, whether it's an advancement in a job, whether it is a job period, or whether it is a business partner that has skill sets in areas that you don't, and that's going to help to advance and get your business to the next level. But that's when the opportunity starts popping in. You definitely want to do the practical things of looking at your expenses and like, hey, where am I over? Where am I duplicating perhaps expenses? Do that nice comb through, as I had mentioned earlier. And again, once you go as low as you can go, then you want to seek ways to increase that income. But it really boils down to you and getting back into that conversation of what are you telling yourself that is creating this current tightness, this current scarcity, this current limitation, so that you can get beyond that.
Awesome. So another question I have from the listeners is, do you see yourself expanding? Like, where are you right now in your business? What's the next level for you?
Yes, so I am definitely and always in a mode of expansion. So there's two things going on. So Zillionaire Enterprises is my financial literacy company, and I am literally in the midst of revising the online course as well as the curriculum. And then I do teach the little ones in the summertime or through an after school program. I have a financial literacy program for the babies. So I will not be able to continue to do all of this on my own. So I am in the process of expanding it in a way so that I can scale it, duplicate myself by training others, and grow the company accordingly. Now, with my private wealth management practice, I am also at a phase there of kind of tweaking my clientele. I still work with entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs mostly, but now I will be focusing on those that are at a point where they can begin to participate in some philanthropic endeavors and begin to invest into a particular strategy, that a private foundation, where they're able to now become more and more philanthropic. I've been in the industry for 24 years, and that has been my vision. Thank you. To work with us in becoming more Biddy Masons, more Eartha M.M. Whites, and more Madam C.J. Walkers, where we're not just contributing our monthly, donation to church, which is great. I'm not going to segue that, but we're going above and beyond that and establishing perpetual entities through foundations, private foundations that will create these lasting legacies.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having us be able to have you here today. You've answered a lot of questions. I definitely will be in touch with you. I feel that our two markets may merge, and we may be able to start changing communities and be world changers. So Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you.
Can you tell people the last way to get in contact with you? I'm sorry, I should have asked you that.
Oh, yes. So you can reach me all over social media, from TikTok to Facebook to Instagram, at Zillionaire. So that's ZEALLIONAIRE. It is not ZILL. Even though I spell it, people are like ZILL, ZEAL. 2 L's.
Thank
Okay,
you so
thank
much.
you.
This is Carmen, and I'll see you on the other side.
Bye-bye.
Black Business Expo mission is seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. The expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship. Or you can use Cash App that's located on the screen, or it's $BBX USA. Our goal is to give laptops up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students may also register at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So remember to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsor of July 2023, NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus, Rocher Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supply Development Council, STEP Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation, Inc., Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Milan Shaney Global, Executive Women Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studio, Lee Entertainment, Artistry App Design, All New Beginnings LLC, and Black Business Expo USA. Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Are you aware that showing off your expertise can gain customers and position you as an expert in your industry? Consumers need confidence to purchase, so let us showcase your knowledge by interviewing you for a 3 to 5 minute video. We'll position you as an industry expert with a customized interview style video, and for a limited time, we'll cover all production costs. Click this ad or call now for all the information. You'll want to experience the same 5-star service our customers love. So take advantage of this one-time offer. Click this ad or contact us now.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Trousseau is both social and safe. We refer to Trousseau as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Trousseau even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Trousseau is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Trousseau. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Trousseau is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that
and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Rhonda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income, and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise.
I'm Ramon Ray, founder of Smart Hustle Magazine and smallbiztechnology.com.
To celebrate small business success. Stand up on your feet. You rocked the house. Hey, thank you. It was amazing. Didn't we learn? For me, success comes from failure. One thing not to do is shake somebody's hand like this.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and go and you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kingston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
La connexion. La connexion.
In a world obsessed with the cult of celebrity, I challenge you not to aspire to anyone else's greatness, but instead strive to reveal and ignite the greatness within you.
Are you serious?
I totally think that's it.
Hey. No! Hey! To me, sexy is a man that knows who he is and what he wants. He's comfortable. You look at him, you see him, he's just comfortable being himself. And you're like, baby, be you.
Be you, baby.
Just be you. I like it. Introducing the Be You collection, exclusively available at K&G Fashion Superstore.
Producers, directors, I met designers, and then everybody says, oh, this is my 6th year coming, and oh, this is my 4th year coming.
Shout out to New York. We're in New York in like 7 hours.
Oh my gosh, yes, we have a 6:58 flight, so.
We gotta go home. We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Every single person that's come through the store has spoke so highly of you, and what a great event this is. Yes.
I'm representing DJ Darryl, who is a platinum producer. He did the hit track for Tupac Shakur, Keep Your Head Up, Snoop Dogg, Keisha Cole.
So what we have to do is when we get in a spot, we need to create some spots for us. That's the main thing. We need to be able to be in a position where we're able to create those spots for us. For me, being an entrepreneur, I'm not just going to get a business and then leave you sitting high and dry. If you ask me some questions about entrepreneurship, I'm going to give you as much as I received. I've seen people who made it, and then when you ask them, it's like, okay, now you have to pay me for the information, the same information I got for free. We probably in totally different cities. There's no way that we're going to bump heads or anything. We're not competing. Bring me up with you. And so I just think that whatever education that I have, then I need to be able to give that to my own as well. So create the spots. You can create the spots when you get there.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
Genius is common. And my genius is nutritional strategy. I am Shawnee Smith, the owner and creator of Can Do Spice. Can Do Spice was created because I knew that adding herbal and mineral supplements to my diet did not have to be boring. In fact, because I'm a food enthusiast, I knew I could create something flavorful and explosive that also had the benefit of adding herbal supplements such as sea moss, bladderwrack, burdock root, and black seed, just to name a few. I invite you to take this journey with me where we come together and take control of our nutritional health. It is my way of sharing my genius, the gift of flavor and the healing power of herbs to the world. What is your genius?
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Dr. Tanya T. Wise. I am the founder and CEO of All New Beginning. I am your business moderator for this afternoon on Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community, sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. This afternoon, our next keynote speaker is Sydney Wormsby. He is an experienced business executive with over 30 years of demonstrating success in developing, implementing strategies and solutions. Sydney also has a complex of high in any type of situation where he helps coaching teams and businesses that starts up, as well as have turnovers and help them transform new products, development and implementations of 6 Sigmas and total quality management techniques. Help me welcome to the stage, Sydney.
Let's get ready to rumble. I feel like I'm supposed to be walking in with my cape on and good, good to see you. Good to see you.
It's a pleasure to have been able to introduce you today. I give you the stage and I'm going to move out the way for you. Genius is coming and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you. Good afternoon to everyone out there. So as Dr. Wise said, my name is Sydney Wormsby, and I am a business growth and improvement coach. I also like to use the term guide because I really get very hands-on with my clients on taking them down the path from where they are to the growth result that they're looking for their business. And in working with them, often I identify that there's a lot of leadership things that we need to work with and work on, in addition to some of the business strategy and business, mechanics, kinds of things that need to be done to grow the business. And so in talking today, I came here to talk about one thing, but something kind of laid heavy on my heart about talking about growth from a people excellence and a business excellence perspective. So how do we get excellence? What drives excellence? And it came from a conversation I was having earlier today with one of the other speakers that actually was on the program today, that or earlier this morning. So what I'm going to talk about again is how do we develop success for our business and success for ourselves. But before I get into that, I'll give you a little bit of background about me in terms of my experience, where I worked before, and what gives me any credibility in this conversation and topic. So my background is very diverse, both in terms of environments that I've worked in, but also in terms of industries that I've worked in and worked for, but also in terms of level of responsibility. So I've been everything from a manufacturing engineer, a manufacturing manager with companies like Mead Corporation, an international paper company. I've been a regional business manager for companies like Pepsi and their Taco Bell division. I've been a global product manager, a global operations manager for companies like Citigroup and JP Morgan Chase, and a regional manager in terms of retail banking, also with Citigroup. So I've got a ton of experiences, in a variety of industries at a variety of levels, but I've also been an entrepreneur where I've owned and operated a 15 location restaurant group. I've done this business coaching and business consulting for almost 15 or a little more than 15 years. But I've also been an adjunct professor for one of the CUNY colleges, City of University of New York system for Brooklyn College, where I taught every course within the College of Business. And I also train youth athletes and an author and a speaker. And I looked at all of those experiences, trying to understand, what makes for success, for someone to be successful. I want to talk a little bit about that today in terms of defining excellence and, what it is, what it isn't. But also, how do we nurture those qualities that get or help us to deliver excellence for ourselves individually, but also, as importantly, for our companies. So as entrepreneurs, business owners, business leaders, if you're working for a corporation and not for yourself, we often feel set apart from everyone else. We have a different role, a different responsibility. We don't feel a part of the group because we're asked to lead the group. And that can lead to feelings of alienation, feelings of being set apart, feelings of not always feeling connected. And that can be problematic for our psyche and our mental state, emotional state, but also for our ability to be effective as a leader. We sometimes feel alone. Again, because we're working alone, we're leading everyone else. We're not supposed to be friends with the people that we're leading, or our employees, etc. We're supposed to have that kind of set aside, set apart, aloofness, etc. We often feel misunderstood because our role and responsibility is different from everyone else's. Maybe we think they don't understand all the things that we're responsible for, that we're trying to do, because they have a more limited perspective of what the environment is like. We all have those moments where we question, do I have what it takes to be successful? And I don't care how long you've been doing what you're doing, how good you were at it for that before, or how much success you've had in the past. There will be a time where you will question, can I get it done? Can I be successful? Will this work? And last but not least, there are times where we incorrectly measure what success and what excellence really is. We often will measure, especially in days and times like these, we will measure success and excellence by notoriety or popularity. How many likes, how many connections, things that really don't matter, at the root and core of things. As Black, corporate staff, as Black entrepreneurs, Black business owners, we also grapple with what is excellence? What is excellence for me individually? And what is excellence for me as my company? We've often had excellence defined for us. Often it's been defined for us as being the first Black person to fill in the blank. Martin Luther King was the first Black person to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Shirley Chisholm was the first Black person to run for president. Barack Obama was the first person, a Black person, to be elected, president. So we often are defined in our excellence is defined as, oh, we were the first Black person to do this thing. Sometimes Black excellence can be defined by those of greatness whose Blackness was hidden from us through those who wrote history. So there were lots of great Black folks, within history that we didn't know about, or that we didn't know about their successes. Beethoven was, someone in history that we've always heard about. Didn't always know that he was, Black or had Black, roots. There was a Black queen long before Meghan Markle. There was a Black queen of England that most of us have never heard of, didn't know about, because it wasn't prominent in history. And so sometimes, excellence is written out of history, ignored by history. And sometimes we get defined by, thinking that, we can't be that, or we're not that, because we haven't seen it, didn't know about it, from before. But I'm here to talk about, Black excellence from being the best at something regardless, meaning you're the first, period, not the first Black person to do something, but you're the first to do a thing. And excellence from being how well you master, what it is that you're committed to, dedicated to, etc. So that's going to be, the first thing that I want to make sure that we focus on, what excellence is, and then we can start talking about how do we get that? How do we make sure that we're successful? Now, there's been a lot of Black folks within business history who are pioneers, who accomplished things that we couldn't imagine, who changed the world, literally changed the world, that we've never heard their name, and never heard their name for many reasons. Again, some of which I just talked about before, because they were written out of history. Their inventions were stolen, or credit was given to someone else. But as I looked at some of those folks and studied some of those folks and looked at things that were common across categories, Black people who were successful in sports, in entertainment, in business, in the arts, etc. I started identifying some very key things that they all possessed. And we often in school talk about, A's being as a measure for success, and that reflect whether we've been successful. I talk about the keys to success being the 3 D's, not A's, 3 D's. And those D's being dedication, discipline, and determination. And I'll get into that in a little bit, and talking a little bit more about what those are and how we demonstrate that, individually, and how we demonstrate that for the business. But I want to give a couple of examples of some folks in history who were Black business owners, Black business, entrepreneurs, who kind of pioneered success within an industry and, changed the world. What they did. And we're going to go back into some time, 1800s, early 1800s. There was a gentleman who was from Guyana, Jan Metzger, who was the person. He was a black person, obviously from Guyana, that moved to the U.S. And couldn't find work, even though back home his dad had, large farming operations and shipping magnate and some other things. But in the U.S., as a black person back in the mid 1800s, you couldn't really get good jobs, couldn't get high pay, even if you were a free person, as he was. But he started working as a cobbler, and after seeing the process, identified a way to make shoes in a much smaller time frame than what had been done before. So he increased the productivity of shoemaking up to from 50 shoes per day up to 700 shoes per day, inventing a new manufacturing or assembly process for shoe manufacturing. Prior to that, shoes were something that only rich people could have, because they were so expensive, because they were so labor intensive. With his invention, shoes became something that the everyday commoner could wear. And we couldn't imagine today not wearing shoes by requirement. We may choose not to wear shoes on a given day, go to the beach, take our shoes off, go walking in the grass, take our shoes off. But we couldn't imagine not having the ability to be able to wear them, because they were just too expensive for us. Well, this gentleman, based on his excellence and commitment to what he was doing, even though he was relegated to working simply as a cobbler, he didn't look at it that way. He said, I have a job. I'm making these items. I identified a way that this can be done better. And he went about implementing and perfecting that process and changed the world in those kind of ways. One of the inventors of the internet was based on a black man from Nigeria who was actually a refugee, had to drop out of school a couple of different times. First, when there was war and civil strife in Nigeria, he had to drop out of school. His parents then moved to England. He was living in a refugee camp, had to drop out of school a second time. Finally ended up getting an opportunity to go to school in England to work on his degree, and then later came to the U.S. working on his master's. In working on his master's in math, he was asked to, or not asked, he decided he was going to join this competition for this scholarship money. And it was about programming a supercomputer, which he didn't have and didn't have money to access that, and started looking for unique ways, creative, resourceful ways to be able to do that. What he did was bought some time at a supercomputer that wasn't being used and was out in California, linked a bunch of microprocessors together in series to create his own supercomputer to do the calculations that he needed to do. So he started having, based on this structure, all of these individual computers now talking to one another, and that was the foundation for the internet. His name was Philip Emeagwali. Most of us have never heard of him, but without what he did as a mere choice of being resourceful, created the structure and the foundation for the internet, which is something that is fundamental and foundational to what we do today, all because of his commitment to excellence and demonstrating some key characteristics, some key qualities that are critical for excellence. So there are lots of ways in the past. I could go through many more folks through business history that have demonstrated that. The woman who created and designed the GPS structure through mapping out the Earth topography using math techniques that had eluded every other mathematician within NASA and some other government agencies. because of her work and what she was able to do and how excellent that she followed her process. We now have GPS that again has revolutionized what we can do within our daily lives. When I look at those folks, I start trying to understand what makes them the same. Even though in different industries, different segments and categories, different technologies, that they were performing in. And it really comes down to these three qualities, again, that I call the 3Ds: dedication, discipline, and determination. Dedication, I define as a commitment to a goal or to a vision, to a dream, to an outcome. And what does that mean? Individually, it means that there's something that is in you that you're passionate about and committed about, and that you want to see accomplished and achieved. And that can be something as fundamental as wanting to end world hunger, fundamental as that may be, and as tough as that may be. It can be something fundamental like ending a specific disease. It can be something of wanting to see people treated a certain way. It can be something about creating a type of organization that you think is possible within the business world. But it's clearly something you are committed to, that is part of your passion, that we often talk about as your why. Why are you doing this? Why is this important to you? It's important and critical, and you won't find anyone who has been identified as being a person of excellence within a category, within an industry, that doesn't demonstrate that dedication. You will find people who are good at something, who are great plumbers, who are, great mathematicians, but not necessarily who have demonstrated excellence at plumbing, excellence at math, etc. And there's a difference between being good at something and being able to follow some steps and having a sense of excellence about that thing where you master it and you use that mastery to solve the problems of others. So, in success, we're going to have to identify or develop our skill and our attribute and qualities around dedication and being dedicated to something that's bigger than ourselves, that's more important than ourselves, that we find passion and commitment to. The second is in the area of discipline, and in discipline, we're talking about a commitment to an approach, a plan, a process, a strategy, a way of doing things. And it's important, again, whether you're talking about as an individual or as an organization, that discipline exists, that it's not haphazard about what you're doing, that when you identify, what works, that you will actually then stick to that process, rather than getting bored with it and wanting to move on, or thinking that it doesn't matter anymore because you've had some success. You'll find, whether it's an individual or an organization, those who find a strategy, an approach, and who have discipline about that approach. And it doesn't mean doing the same thing, for all time, because discipline can also be about a research process, an improvement process that will always keep you improving your results, improving your outcomes, improving your successes. But it's about being consistent to and committed to that strategy and that approach. Here are some examples. We talk about, those individuals who have been disciplined before, sometimes being fanatical. I'll use the example of James Brown in music, Michael Jackson in music, Prince in music. 3 different genres of music, at least 2 different, if not 3 different eras of time, but all demonstrated that same discipline about their work and their craft. And people would often describe them as being fanatical when they were practicing for a concert or performance. Their dedications were different. James Brown often talked about his dedication being to the show, to making sure that people had an experience, and a specific kind of experience when they came to see him and came to watch him perform. Michael Jackson talked about the commitment, his dedication being to the music and the message that music was going to to deliver. But their approach, to making music, to putting on a show was the exact same. Their discipline around getting everything just right, having everything in the right place at the right time. The approach that they used to creating their shows showed not only their dedication to their goal, their vision, their dream, but also their discipline around the approach that they use to be able to deliver those things. And third is the area of, or the quality and attribute of determination. And that I define as commitment to success. There will be lots of time in whatever your passion is, in whatever your dedication and commitment, is to, that things aren't going to go well. There's going to be an obstacle. There's going to be a failure. There's going to be something put in your path by someone else or by fate, nature, that says you're not going to get there this way. And the question is, what do you do when that happens? And if you look throughout all history of those folks who demonstrated excellence, when they got to do those points in their life, in their mission, you found that their resourcefulness, their creativity kicked in. They were able to solve a problem that hadn't been solved before because they found a way around that obstacle. They found a way to make it happen regardless of what was put in their path or what was being withheld from them. And whether we talk about whether it was in politics and government, whether we talk about in business, whether we talk about whether it's in sports or entertainment, anyone who was going to be successful, especially coming from the Black community, but that will be true for anyone, that they're going to demonstrate that the ability to be determined, to be creative and resourceful when times get hard, when obstacles are present, when struggles are ensuing, and again, whether that was man-made or whether that was naturally occurring. The important thing here is understanding that these attributes exist in all of us. And again, dedication, discipline, and determination as qualities and attributes aren't different for success for Black folks and Black people, Black business owners, etc. It's important for everyone. I used examples of folks, who were in Black business or Black history as a way of giving examples for that. But it's true, for anyone who wants to demonstrate excellence in any category or area. The important thing is also making sure that we understand this is not only about us individually, that we need to demonstrate these qualities as an individual to be successful. But we also, when we're running companies, need to have these attributes crafted within our organizations. So when we talk about dedication, commitment to a goal, vision, or dream, some outcome, for our organizations, we talk about our mission statement, our vision statements. What is it that we're looking to do? What impact are we looking to have on the world? And therefore, what is our company going to be about and focused on? We need to stay committed to that, meaning not deviate from that. Otherwise, we start getting off track. We start getting our people and our staff confused. From a discipline approach, our strategy, what are we going to be doing to get success for that our organization, our company? We need to be demonstrating that as well for our organization and implementing and perfecting and nurturing that for our organization as well as we are for ourselves individually. And determination, no different for an organization than it is for a company. How are you training and developing your staff and your teams? What structures are you putting in process or in place so that when obstacles occur for the business, that people have the skills to be able to, as a group, work through that, to create more resourceful solutions that get around a problem or take the resources at hand to be used in a different way, to be repurposed for the problem at hand for today, to be looking forward into the future and to be able to look at how do we transition our organization from where we are today to moving forward. So we all have these qualities and traits. It's not innate only to certain people. That some are born with it and others are not. They are in all of us. The question becomes, how do we nurture those to develop them so that they're more prominent, that we are stronger in our abilities to make use of those. As individuals, we can do that in a couple of different ways. As kids, we were always told by our parents that you are the company that you keep. And not to hang out with certain folks because we'll become more like them. Well, that's good. That's true with bad habits, but that's also true with good habits. That when we know folks that are very dedicated, very disciplined, very determined, that when we put ourselves in those environments where they are, we'll learn the habits that they have. We'll learn how to stay more committed to those qualities and attributes. But we'll also be around people who will challenge us at times when we start to fall a little bit short on that, when we stray away from our commitment to whatever our goal or our vision was. When we lack a little discipline, they'll call us on that. And they'll remind us, this is what you said that you were focused on and what you need to do. They will call us on when we are not being as determined as we need to be. When we start to whine about the struggles that we have, or when we talk about wanting to give up, those will be the folks that will then lift us back up, show us that we are capable, that we did it before and that we can do it again, and maybe point a direction, or just mentor us through it, or maybe just be that solid positive voice that gives us the spirit to keep going and to move on. So networking is a great way to do that. To put yourself in a position where you're around people with these qualities and attributes, especially as a business owner. And a CEO or founder. You can find lots of networking groups, for CEOs, for presidents, for small business owners, mid-sized business owners, et cetera, who will deal with these kinds of situations and can provide that kind of insight. Advisory groups, business advisory groups are a great place to be able to do that, to where you can nurture those kinds of qualities and attributes, to bring them more to the front, for you as an individual, and who can help you identify those things within an organization. The Chamber of Commerce is another example of a place where you can network for those who have, Chamber of Commerce chapters within your communities. But it's also one of those things where you can, simply just look for role models of that. Look to people in your community and how they're doing things, who's being spoken about, in ways that demonstrate these kinds of attributes that you can then call on to be able to say, "Hi, I've got this issue, or I'm struggling with this. Can you mentor me? Or would you be interested or willing, to talk with me and give me some guidance and give me some advice?" Those are the ways that I've found, in my own personal life and personal story, that I've been able to get strength, from folks when I, faltered a little bit. But it's one of those things where if we are not building these attributes stronger and stronger within us, we find that the other things that we experience from being a business owner, that aloneness, that being set apart, that feeling like we are the only ones that are focused on a specific agenda, can start to wear us down and cause us to falter and want to give up. So I know I'm running out of time. I wanted to kind of highlight these things in terms of where you can go to be able to develop these attributes, but remembering that it's really the three. And we can break those three down to lots of other skills, lots of other qualities. I'm not here to say that there aren't other things about technical knowledge, et cetera, but it's really about those are core for us being successful, and we need to demonstrate those, and develop those and nurture those so that we have them for ourselves and that we have them for our business. So thank you for listening. looking forward, to contacting with folks. If you are interested in hearing more about this or in terms of what I do, feel free to go to my website, solutionswithresult.com. Again, that's www.solutionswithresult.com. You can get my contact information there, my phone number, my email address. You can send me a inquiry. I will respond to you within 48 hours. To any question you have specifically about your business, or if you just want to talk more about developing these keys to success or growing your business as a whole. So thank you for your attention today.
Thank you so much, Sydney. You gave a host of wonderful information that every entrepreneur and business owner needs. We thank you so much. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you.
Black Business Expo mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneur. This expo is a fundraiser for students. They may go to www.blackexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or you can use Cash App, which is $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can also register online at blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We also would like to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for July 2023. NC 1000, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Souls, Lotus Rocher Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Suppliers Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation, Inc., Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Melaine Chennai Global, Executive Women Success Institute, the Quality Coaching Company, Super Women Business Service, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistry App Design, All New Beginnings LLC, and Black Business Expo USA. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I'm Kennedy Harris. My genius is being an entrepreneur. I'm the CEO of K-Lock, a company where I develop my very own line of kids supplements. I currently market my multivitamin for kids to help combat weak immunity. During the pandemic, research has shown that having a strong immune system is key to fighting off disease. My vitamins are for kids, but adults can benefit from them as well. I'm adding a proprietary blend to my supplement line. I want to create my own blend so that I have a competitive edge in the marketplace. Staying healthy is important to me so that we live longer and have healthier lives. My website is klockproducts.com. That is Klock. Genius is common.
Genius is common. And my genius is nutritional strategy. I am Shawnee Smith, the owner and creator of Can Do Spice. Can-Do Spice was created because I knew that adding herbal and mineral supplements to my diet did not have to be boring. In fact, because I'm a food enthusiast, I knew I could create something flavorful and explosive that also had the benefit of adding herbal supplements such as sea moss, bladderwrack, burdock root, and black seed, just to name a few. I invite you to take this journey with me where we come together and take control of our nutritional health. It is my way of sharing my genius, the gift of flavor and the healing power of herbs to the world. What is your genius?
How you doing? I'm Rodney Allen Rippey. Yeah, the child actor. Well, now, leading man. Some of you might remember back in the day, the Harlem Globetrotters popcorn machine. Remember that? Well, it was a Saturday morning special that would come on, and I was there with Geese and Tex and Meadowlark Lemon. Remember the show? Well, I had a great time. And I have to say a huge, huge thank you to all my fans out there. Thank you for all the years of support. I went on from the entertainment industry. I started getting into producing and directing. And now, hey, here I am. I'm a studio executive here in Burbank, California at 2526 Studios. I have to say, it's been pretty good, but the best is yet to come. Please stay encouraged. Keep reaching for your dreams and never forget that genius is common. Remember that. Genius is common. No matter what anyone says to you, no matter how tough the road may get, keep striving. Keep reaching for your dreams. And always know that you are worth it. Everything that you put into yourself, everything good that you pour into your life, you are worth it. And when the times get tough, when things don't go exactly right, it's okay. Dust your shoulders off. Stand up strong. And remember, genius is common.
A big man, a big heart. Let's go. Jackson Crisp is a tech startup founder, business consultant, and captivating public speaker, reaching the professional level as a former NFL offensive tackle. Jackson always brings it. With a degree in engineering from the prestigious Colorado School of Mines and over 2 decades of project management experience, Jackson has honed his skills in training high-performing teams and leaders. The recipient of several patents and trademarks, Jackson is also a subject matter expert, regularly presenting on topics related to projects, processes, and systems. As a paid speaker, Jackson has a unique ability to connect with audiences of all backgrounds. His captivating storytelling and genuine approach inspire and educate, leaving audiences motivated and ready to act towards achieving their goals. Through customized strategy and implementation sessions, Jackson works closely with clients to meet their business objectives. His deep understanding of the human condition, combined with his passion for helping others, make him a highly sought-after coach and mentor. Jackson's impact extends beyond the business world. As Vice President for the NFL Alumni, Las Vegas chapter, and an advisor for Unsilenced Voices, he is dedicated to making a positive change in the world. With Jackson Crisp, unleash your potential.
And then the last thing is, you can have those first 2 things with the wrong intention, and bring damage to the earth and the world and to each other, or some level of it, or you can be heart-centered, and that's the heart.